Good day everyone, I am Engine Cadet Abellanosa Jaylord and we are the group 2 and then we are going to report the 10 critical machinery or equipment inside the engine room. So let's start. First we have the objective. The students will be able to know the 10 critical machinery equipment inside the engine room. Second one, describe the use of each critical machinery or equipment and explain why is it considered as critical equipment. And lastly, the students will state the allowable minimum required number of spare parts, pieces or insets of each critical equipment. So the first machinery is electrical generating plant. Marine electrical power is vital of a ship's operation. Without marine electricity, ships will not be able to run any of the machinery and cannot perform their core purpose of sailing from one place to another. Shipboard power is generated using a prime mover and an alternator working together. For this, an alternating current generator is used on board. The generator works on the principle that when a magnetic field around a conductor varies, a current induces the conductor. So electrical generating plant is one of the critical machinery on board because it is the source of power and energy to supply some machinery on board to work on and perform the different types of pumps and other compressors, which is use of energy or power and the electricity. And next one is main air compressor sets. So main air compressor sets, the main marine air compressor acts as the power source for starting primary and auxiliary engines. That main marine air compressor stores pressurized air so it can be released when the engine starts. It is used to supply highly pressurized air to start main and secondary engines. Air compressor has an air storage bottle which stores the pressurized air. There are available different capacity main air compressors, but this capacity should be adequate for starting the main engine. A ship may have 2 or 3 main air compressors depending upon many factors such as age of air compressor capacity, amount of volume of air needed for starting of the main engine, demand of air that particular ship, etc. So main air compressor sets is one of the critical machinery on board ship because it is the source of air and it can one of the important thing to start the main engine on board the ships. So that's all. Thank you.
HFO and LO pumps. One of the most critical pumps to have on board every ship in the oil transfer pump. Oil transfer is only essential for a vessel to reach the destination, but it is also very hazardous. That is why you cannot take any chance with your marine oil transfer pump. As the name suggests, oil transfer pumps carry oil and another virtuous liquid. In the marine industry, oil transfer pumps are responsible for transferring fuel oil into around your ship. Oil transfer pumps are also responsible for moving the excess oil in the overflow tank back into the storage tank. You can be used for draining oiling villages and moving diesel oil from tank to tank. That's why having reliable oil transfer pump is critical for a marine industry. If something goes wrong, you will be in a very hazardous situation, and if your pump is inadequate, you would be able to fuel your ship correctly. Turbocharger. Turbochargers are among the most technology-advanced engine component on board ship. Impeller blade of a medium-sized turbocharger regularly rotate as much as 400 revolutions per second. The outer edge of the rotor blades thus moved at 1.5 times the speed of sound. Safety. Great care must be exercised in the operation and maintenance of turbocharger with regards to safety. It is essential to avoid the build-up of fuel, cylinder, or lubricating oil in the exhaust cranking before the turbocharger, as it may result in combustion taking place in the exhaust manifold. Under this condition, the increased quantity of exhaust gas available to the turbocharger can result in disastrous overspeeding.
Engine Cadet Empis, we discussed about the boiler safety valve. So the safety valve is one of the most important safety device in a steam system. Safety valve provides a measure of the security for plant operation and equipment from overpressure to condition. The main function of the safety valve is to relieve pressure. It is located on the boiler steam drum and will automatically open when the pressure of the inlet side of the valve increases past the pressed pressure. All boilers are required by ASME code to have at least one safety valve. Depends upon the maximum flow capacity MFC of the boiler. The total capacity of the safety valve at the set point must exceed the steam control valve is MFC if the steam valve were to fail the open. In the most cases, 2 safety valves per boilers are required and a third may be needed if they do not have exceeded the MFC. Then next is boiler circulating pump sets. Boiler circulating pump circulate water within the boiler to the enhance boiler operation. They take the suction from a header that is connected to a several downcomers from the bottom of the boiler's drum and discharge through the addition tubes of circuits. This means the water pumps is to boiler temperature and pressure. A boiler circulator pump is used to remove hot water from the boiler and then pass into the heating device such as the radiator or a convection pipe system. The power of the pumps is enough to cause the water to travel right back up to the boiler from the pipework. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Engine Cadet Santaren. So today I will be going to discuss my assigned topic, the main switchboard and emergency compressor. Main switchboard, assembled unit of electrotechnical components. It is used for receiving, measuring and distribution of electrical energy and protects the networks from a switchboard is a component of an electrical distribution system which divides an electrical power feed into the branch circuits while providing a protective circuit breaker or fuse for each circuit in a common enclosure. Overload, short circuit, and current leak Emergency compressor is there are sudden problems that would come into our ways that are uncontrollable. That's why an emergency air compressor is necessary. Emergency air compressor is an emergency air compressor is used for starting the auxiliary engine at the time of an emergency of when the main air compressor has failed, for fitting up the main air receiver. This type of compressor can be motor having the less one emergency. Air compressor on board is crucial to maintaining the ship's function, being or engine driven. That's all, and thank you.
So good day everyone. I'm Engine Cadet Villasquina, and I'm reporting about high and low level alarm and steering gear pump set. High and low level alarm. The general alarm in the ship last sounded to make the crew aware that emergency has occurred, and as F, lesson grounding or a scenario that can lead to abandon the ship or etc. Steering gear pump set. A steering gear is the equipment provided on a ship to turn the ship to left, port side, or to right, starboard side, while in a motion during sailing. The steering gear works only when the ship is motion, does not work when the ship is stationary. The ship are to be provided with an efficient main steering gear, an auxiliary steering gear, and except for a very small ship, the main steering gear should be powered operated.
Ordering critical repairs or spares. When any item from these list requirements, a spare or repair, the requisition must be endorsed spare for critical equipment, marked appropriately and followed up with a telephone call as explained in the purchasing section of these procedures. It is the responsibility of the chief engineer to set the minimum level stock listing customized for each vessels and to formally agree with the fleet superintendent the contents of the list. The levels the chief engineer must then maintain the agreed minimum stock levels and to ensure as appropriate the necessary requisitions. Deficiencies are to be brought to the attention for the master and the technical department of the relevant management office as critical spares inventory monthly report. This report must be completed and returned to the managing officer. And that is how we order the spare parts of the any machinery we are going to repair a parts. So that's all. Thank you.